Walkaround family, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to take a look at a 2024 Honda Civic sedan. This is the EX in Lunar Silver Metallic with the black interior. So the base model of the 24 Civics in the sedan is LX Sport, then this EX, and above this you do have the Touring. If you go to the EX, this is how you can get the turbo 1.5 four-cylinder engine. Same thing, the Touring will offer the same engine. If you get any model below the EX, it's a 2-liter non-turbo four-cylinder engine, which is in the Sport and the LX. So for 22, the Civic has been completely redesigned, and for 24, it carries over the same design styling. So you can see full LED headlamps, so high beam, low beam, daytime running lights, turn signals. You don't have no fog lights on the EX. You have to go up to the Touring to get fog lights, but it does have a little cutout for it because it pretty much uses the same bumper as the Touring. Now on the hatchback, you do have a different grille design right here, and this piece right here it kind of hangs over on the hatchback. On the sedan, it's more flat. If you do have a front license plate, that's how it'll look as well. And the EX is, like I said, it's a sweet spot because it's right in the middle, not too loaded, but not too basic either. So with the Lunar Silver Metallic, beautiful color. There's no upcharge for the Lunar Silver, so you can see it in the sun. This one does have a clear bra on it to help protect that front fascia. When you look at the rims on the EX, so the LX have, I believe, 17s, if I'm not mistaken. The Sport will give you 18s, which are gloss black. The EX, which we're looking at, is back to 17s again. And then the Touring, I believe, will give you 19s. So 3 different rim sizes among the Civics. But since you get the 17s on the EX and you get more of a tire wall, it's not as a low profile, it does have a very smooth ride, very comfortable ride compared to the Sport and the Touring. The difference is, it's smidge difference, but you do notice it. With the new design, you do get the wider windshield. You do get the longer hood. The windshield wipers have the nozzles built in onto the wipers themselves, which is cool. You do get the wider Honda sensing camera, so that's updated. And the radar has been updated as well. Now, if you're shopping the Sport and the EX, what the EX is gonna give you that the Sport doesn't have, you're gonna see right up here, is a power moonroof. So EX and Touring will get the moonroof. LX and Sport, you won't get the moonroof. Also on the EX, it gives you blind spot monitoring, which is standard EX and Touring. If you get an LX or a Sport sedan, you don't get the blind spot monitoring. Coming along on the windows, you do have chrome up above, because the Sport does black everything out. You do get a little flat black right down below. Door handles are body colored. You have the little sloping design to kind of give you like a Sportback design. Kind of started from the 18 Accord. You do have a shark fin antenna, and it is body colored. Coming along to the rear, you do have a combination tail light. So if you do go for a hatchback, of course the trunk design is different because it's a hatch versus a normal trunk, and the tail lights will be different on the hatchback as well. Your brake lights are LED. I actually have the lights running right now, but it's hard to see in the daytime. Your turn signals is a regular bulb, and it looks like your reverse light is a regular bulb. And the license plate light down below is also LED as well. So at nighttime it looks nice. Your third brake light, not sure if this is LED. It looked like a traditional bulb. Might be a traditional bulb. Can't really tell. But on the lower portion of the bumper, you do have your reflectors. Being that the EX come with the 1.5 turbo, you do get dual exhaust underneath. If you get a Sport, you get a single exhaust, but it will give you an exhaust tip on the Sport. LX is also single exhaust, but it's not exposed. And same thing with the Touring. The Touring has dual exhaust, but it's not exposed as well. Honda's been using this new key fob in all of their new models now. So on the EX, you have lock, unlock, you have remote start, you can pop the trunk, and you have a panic button. It's also a key built into the fob as well, because there's no keyhole on the door, but there is a keyhole pretty much underneath the door handle, so it's kind of hidden underneath. Also, since you have the smart key, you have smart entry, so you can either lock the car, tap of that button right there, it shows 3 little lines, or there's a sensor in the back of the handle, so if you put your hand in there, it'll unlock all the doors too. By default, it'll only unlock the driver door, but you can change it where it unlocks both doors. But if you walk up to the passenger side door and put your hand in the door handle, it'll unlock all the doors too. So because you have the smart entry, you also have walk-away auto lock. So if you park the Civic, get out of it and walk away, it'll automatically lock the doors because it senses that the key has left as well. So let's jump in here, show you guys the interior. Now, if you go for an EX, cloth is your only interior option. There's no EXL on the sedan. So on the hatchback, you get EXL, but there's no EX. So that could be a little bit confusing. But if you get an EX, it's cloth only. So this is the black interior. Kind of show you guys. I know it's pretty sunny today. And the seating is manual adjustment. If you want power seating, you have to get a Touring. If you want leather seating, you have to get a Touring. The Sport will give you leather on the outside and cloth on the inside, but if you want full leather, Touring is the only way to go on the sedan. So take a look on the door handle over here. We've got some piano black up here. Let me see, not really soft. It's more hard. It's kind of hard up top. And then you have the cloth material here. Armrest is soft. You do have auto up down for the window, for the front windows. You hold it for the rear. Power locks, power mirrors, and you do have your trunk release button on the door itself. And then you have some additional storage in there. Hard to see with the sun, but yeah, so a little bottle holder and some storage over there. And we're gonna actually jump inside the EX. So jumping in here, spacious, roomy. The Civics usually are for its size. And close the door up. Welcome to your Honda. Now on the left side of the steering wheel over here, you will have your air vent, and it has the new air vent that started in 22, where the vents go across the whole dash. Now the actual vent though is probably like this portion, and for example, this is not even a vent until you get to that side over there. You actually can see where it opens and where it closes. The EX will give you a leather steering wheel. The Sport also gives you that too. Only the LX will give you the polyurethane steering wheel. And it's a nice feel to the hand. It is stitched. Just like the Sport and LX, you will get the half digital, half analog cluster there, where the right side is speedometer, and that's it. The left side is customizable. And you do have your controls on the left side of the steering wheel. So you have next track, previous, volume. Source will allow you to quickly go to AM, FM, Bluetooth while you're driving. That way you don't have to touch on the screen over there. You also have a home button to get to your menu there, and you have your scroll wheel to scroll through the menu, and then you have your voice command button here. So if you press home, it'll bring up this menu here. Let me take a zoom in there for you guys. There we go. And right now I'm on range and fuel, so it'll give you your range in your tank and what you're averaging. You have speed and time for the engine, driver attention, are you waking up to drive, who have their seatbelts on, you got your oil life, get your safety support. So here you can turn on some of your Honda sensing features. So road departure mitigation, blind spot monitoring, and collision mitigation braking. And then settings, this is where you'll change some of your settings. So you can actually go in here and then, you can recalibrate your TPMS sensor, your safety features, meter, keyless access, lighting, door setup, maintenance reset, default all. If you go to door, you have auto door lock, auto door unlock, and there's a lot of options you can change. Even walkway auto lock, you can turn it on through the menu in there. It's off by default. You can customize display, so you can decide what you want to view on the screen there. Some of the stuff you can't take off. You can have no content where it shows no contact, where it shows nothing. It's just your speedometer, and you can change the speedometer from kilometers to miles per hour or miles per hour to kilometers. Right there in the middle, you do have a digital speedometer as well. So you have the needle and, oh, tachometer, that's what I meant. I said speedometer. Tachometer on the left side. But the middle is a digital speedometer with your miles, and, you have the little boxes for your gas tank or gear you in. The green little circle is going to let you know you have all your safety features on. On the right side of the steering wheel, you do have your cruise on and off, cancel, resume set. This is to your adjust adaptive cruise control, lane keep assist as well. And then on behind the left side, you do have your headlight switch. So you have auto, your parking light on, and this has auto high beams on and off. So if you're driving at night and there's no street lights, it will turn on the high beams automatically. If you get behind someone, it will turn off the high beam. If someone's coming towards you, it will turn off the high beam. If it detects any light in front of you, it will turn off the high beams. And come along on the right side over here, you do have your wiper switch. So you have mist, off, intermediate, low, and high. If you want the range sensing windshield wipers where it automatically wipes for you, you have to get a Touring for that. And then you do have your push button start over here, right behind the steering wheel. And piano black. Usually I call this gloss black. I believe this is actually piano black. I'll be saying gloss black in my video, which goes across the whole dash and back on the door as well. And you do have your infotainment screen here. So it is touchscreen and it is physical knobs. Everyone is going to these huge wide screens, They're touchscreen only, no knobs. Honda's still pretty traditional. So if you're someone that don't want the big screens, then you're gonna actually like this because you have the 7-inch display here, and it is a backup camera. Will show up here. I should put in reverse and show you guys. We have 3 different angles. So you have wide angle, you have normal, and you have looking straight down as well. So you have Honda's multi-link backup camera, volume, tune, and then you have shortcuts down here. So next track, previous, phone, radio. Media is going to be either Bluetooth or USB. Connect is going to be Apple CarPlay or Android Auto. Now, you have to plug your phone in to use Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. If you want wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, you have to go up to a Touring, which gives you the bigger 9-inch display as well. Back key and menu for the screen. Pretty simple. Now, coming along to the below here, this is your climate control, and some differences that the Sport don't have is, I believe the Sport is single zone. So if you want dual zone climate control, you have to go up to the EX. If you want heated seats, you have to go up to the EX. The Sport won't have either of those features. And you do have auto, air circulation, modes, front defrost, heated side mirrors, and heated back glass, AC on and off. This is sync, so if you turn this off, you can split the temperature for that side. So this person, you already know, catch on fire, you stay cool over here. And you can sync it where you're by yourself as well. So you do have a USB-A connection here. You do have a power outlet connection down here. No USB-Cs up front, and you do have a storage down here. The Touring comes standard with a wireless phone charger down here, but this is just a standard, whatchamacallit. Here you have your normal shifter, and it is leather wrapped just like the steering wheel. And you do, for your transmission, park, reverse, neutral, drive. You do have a sport mode for the transmission, and you do have a low mode for the transmission. On the right side of that, you do have the cup holders. Kind of standard, can fill your basic size cups. And I like that this is not piano black, it's just a different material. I love this material. I like the gray, it feels good to the hand. You can put the Civic into Econ mode, and you don't have the toggle switch like the Sport does. So the Sport actually has a toggle switch that put into a sport mode, but on the EX, you can only put the transmission into a sport mode. You have the auto stop feature, a button here if you want to turn it off, electronic parking brake, and brake hold. So while you're in drive, it'll hold the brake. And you do have your armrest here, soft touch, it's cloth. And then you can see you have some storage in here, removable little tray in here. And there's no plugins, just a rubber mat at the bottom. And that's pretty much it. Come along to the glove box, and it's not lockable, but it is damp, so it will come out slowly, but it's not lined with felt either. So, and it's a bin style, so you can put plenty of storage in there. And coming along to your rear view mirror here, it's not auto dimming. If you want that, it's standard on the Touring. I'm not sure if there's an option on here. I'll have to see on when we're building one of these. But if somebody blind you at night, you're gonna have to flip it like old school way. And then right above, you do have your map lights, and they are LED, so they're pretty bright at night. And you can have the light come on if the door opens. You can decide that. And you do have the power moonroof. This is something the Sport also doesn't give you. And it will open all the way, or it'll ventilate as well. And this is going to be standard on the Touring as well. Now, this silver exterior with the black interior does have a beige headliner. I believe the Sport is going to give you a black headliner, but that's something to keep in mind. And you do have the visor here. So you do have a light, and it's not LED, it's a regular bolt, but at least they give you a light. And we're gonna jump out, take a look at the rear seat. Before we even get back there, you do have a capless fuel filler. So there's no gas cap, save you about 0.10 seconds at the pump. When you lock the Civic, it locks the door, so not anyone can just open this up. But we'll get back here, and you can see how wide the rear door are open. And the rear door just mimics the driver door. Now, of course, it's hard. You don't get the same gloss black here. And it is soft on the armrest. And then I always like how the door handles look. So it's not aluminum or metal, but it's like, I guess, coated in that type of material. I like how that looks. And then you have a bottle holder storage in there, and that's pretty much it. We're going to jump back in here. And pretty spacious. You know, I got plenty of room behind myself. You do have a tweeter on the door, speaker on the door. That's nice. You don't get no air vents back here and no plugins at all. And behind the driver's seat, there's no pocket. Behind the passenger seat, there's a pocket. But that's pretty much it. You have a light back here. You do have an armrest that folds down for your cup holders. And you can put car seats back here, so it gives you a little symbol that you know that there's like a hook back there. You can plug the car seat in. It's not as visible as the CRV, but you can actually see it. It's like tucked away behind this little fabric right here. But okay, pretty nice. Let's jump out of here and take a look at the trunk. There's not really much going on in the back seat. But if you gotta put someone back there, they'll be comfortable. On a long trip, depending on how tall they are, I'm not sure. So you do have a button to pop the trunk on the Civic, on the EX. And you can fold down the seats as well. So you have a handle right here and a handle right there. And that will allow you to drop down both seats or drop down one seat. And it is a split as well. And you do get floor mat standard. And lift this guy up. You do have a spare tire with tools. And you do get a funnel as well, just in case you're using a jerry can. Pretty simple back here, nothing too crazy. But it's plenty spacious though.
The EX, in my opinion, is just the perfect sweet spot. Actually, in my opinion, the EX is kind of what everyone needs, because it's not too low, it's not too basic. The EX is really for someone that don't need touring things. So, for an example, I'm on the trim walk right now, and the EX is an upgrade from the LX. So you go from LX to either Sport or you go to EX. EX is not an upgrade from the Sport, which makes sense because the Sport does have some aesthetic features that the EX doesn't have. So technically, you're not Honda do that thing. So if you want the 1.5 turbo, like I said in the video, have to get the EX, and that makes 180 horsepower, 177 foot-pound of torque. Remote engine start is on the Sport and it's also on the EX, but I guess they put it twice because this is an upgrade from LX, not Sport. But one thing Sport don't have though is the moonroof and the blind spot monitoring too, like I mentioned in the video. You get smaller wheels versus the Sport, and I know a lot of you guys are probably shopping the Sport and the EX, so that's why I'm comparing the two. And you do get an 8-speaker sound system. So what's on? I think the Sport is the same sound system as. Oh no, look, yeah, same thing. 8-speaker. It's the same sound system. USB-A charging front console. You do get USB-A up front. So yeah, a few of these things the Sport has. The leather steering wheel, the dual zone automatic climate control though can't get down in Sport or LX or the heated front seats. So that's something to be mindful about. So let's jump in and actually build one. So we're gonna build an EX, and I'm gonna show you guys the gas mileage. So if you get the 1.5 turbo, you're looking at 33 city, 42 highway, 36 combined, which is pretty good. But remember, this powertrain is from the previous generation as well. They just tweaked it a little bit. So if you like the last Civic, you're gonna like this guy. So the EX will come in Asian blue, which only comes with black interior, and your crystal black pearl, which only comes with black interior. You have Lunar silver metallic, which we just reviewed, which only comes with black interior. So not a lot of interior options. Meteorite gray will give you the option between gray interior and black interior. And if you get the gray interior, look like you get the gray headliner. And this looks gray if you get black interior. Pretty interesting. In person, it looks more beigeish. But you get rally red, which I think only comes with black interior. That's correct. And then you have platinum white pearl, which give you the two options, black or gray. So meteorite and platinum white pearl, and sonic gray pearl will only give you a black interior. Now this is pretty interesting because sonic gray used to only be on the Sport sedan. Now Honda makes it on the EX, which is just different. That's just different. But I know when the 22s came out, I don't think you could get sonic gray in the EX. And the beginning of 23. I think like towards the end of 23, they started making EXs in Sonic Gray. So pretty interesting. So let's jump on Lunar Silver, and the base price is $26,900. Destination handling is $10.95. You don't pay more for Lunar Silver. You're looking at $28.45. Now, don't know if things change or not. If your dealership is still charged a markup or not. My dealership, we don't have a markup. We do have a protection package on our car. So you have wheel locks, splash guards, and cargo tray. But that package is like 400 and change. Try to be very universal and just kind of show you the base price because where you live, it probably costs more. Or you can probably, the dealership may sell it to you under MSRP. But in my opinion, if like for example, this car sold as soon actually it sold while I was making the video. Soon as I was done with the video, car was sold. So, and this keep happening. So, if your dealership has like 50 of these Civics just sitting on the lot, no one's buying them. I'm sure your dealership probably would discount it and sell it to you below MSRP. But what I've been noticing is a lot of dealerships are charging like 1,000 over, 2,000 over, three, four, five. Everywhere is different. My advice is shop around, see what you can do. But if dealership don't have no cars, I really don't see the point of discount. I mean, MSRP I think is fair, but below MSRP it don't make sense if they don't have any cars. But that's just my opinion. Everybody's different. So little things that you can add on to the Civic, kind of personalize it, dress up to how you want it. I did see that there was a that little you can't even add wheels to an EX. Oh, that's interesting. So from Honda, it looks like there's no wheel options. I mean, the website could be wrong, or it could be right. I don't know. But let's see, electronics. You can add an engine and block heater. Now interior, I like to always check this because you cannot, because this doesn't. Yeah, you can't add the auto dimming rear view mirror. And the Touring comes with automatic dimming rear view mirror with HomeLink too. So if you want that, you just gotta get a Touring. And actually, I'm gonna jump back because just in case you're shopping the EX versus Touring, it's, to be honest, it's really not a comparison because once you get to the Touring, like look at what you get. Like I did a Touring walk around already, but you get the 3 drive mode system like the Sport, leather seats, power seats. You get the 10-inch full digital cluster. You get a bigger 9-inch display, Bose sound system. I mean, satellite radio, HD radio, wireless phone charger, wireless Apple CarPlay, wireless Android Auto. It's home link. Like I'm not gonna read this whole thing with parking sensors, but look at all the features you get on the Touring versus the EX. It's just, and that's why when the 22s came out, Shelly and I, my wife, we got the Touring because it was just such a jump in tech. But to be honest, though, this is not for everyone. Not everyone needs all these features. If you don't need these features, but you want the turbo engine, you want the moonroof, you want heated seats, and you want blind spot, that's why you buy EX. Like if you like the Sport, but you need the blind spot and the heated seats, you just get the EX. Just no, you don't need to get the Touring unless you want all the stuff. I'm a techie person, so I like to just get the fully loaded model. But pretty interesting. So I will end everything here. I hope you guys enjoyed the walk around. If you have any questions, if you bought one, you plan to buy one, you didn't buy one, drop a comment below. I like to read. And I like when you guys talk among each other as well too. And yeah, if you have any questions, I missed anything, just drop a comment. Make sure you like the video. I'm gonna end everything here. Thank you guys for watching. I'm gonna catch you guys in the next walk around.